Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be finishing out this week with the last two of the non English lyrics videos for this week's theme. And today we are going to be looking at a band who has me intrigued just by the name. They are Alien Weaponry. And Eco Warrior Princess X is the only person who has requested this. I didn't see any in the YouTube comments. I didn't see any more in the Patreon comments. So we're going to be checking out Kai Tangata. I hope I pronounced that right. It is the only request for this band, which is fairly interesting, I think. They pulled very well, but no one's formally requested for them. So I don't know. That's just kind of interesting. Let's see what they got. Oh, and the videos are not flipped anymore. I'm going to try this out for a little bit because I'm getting a little agitated uh, watching pianists and guitarists play backwards. It's weird. Hopefully I don't start seeing a lot of blocked videos because of this. Alright, we got a good little opening here. I was kind of hoping for more of the, I guess, folkier elements to stick around, but let's just go right into this. Ooh! I don't know if I'm going to get flack for this comment, but they remind me a lot of old Godsmack. So I'm really liking the way that they're mixing their music with their vocal delivery to create... I'll touch on it later. I have a feeling that's going to be a big tangent. I will say though, based on the music and the singing, these guys are a lot younger than I was picturing. All right. Alien weaponry. So, let's, yeah, let's do that. All right. So, I really like a lot of what they're going for, but I'm gonna preface this. It's not my cup of tea. Um, I really like when they bring in the chanting, which I think is the verse. They remove pretty much any notion of melody or harmony from the guitars, and the parts that I remember, it's extremely rhythmic. And when they do bring in a riff, it's like a 1 bar riff or maybe a 2 bar riff, depending on maybe the tempo. But there's no chord progression to it. They just play this riff over and over. Uh, they don't modify it. They don't move up any steps. It stays where it is. There's no chord progression going on. And I kind of like how that fits in with the chanting, because the chanting is kind of atonal. There is kind of a central note that I would say, like, the lead part of the chant kind of sits on, but it's such a wide sound and has, it sounds to me, multiple voices to it that are all kind of hitting their own notes, that it's a section that doesn't really need a basis of identity in chord. Um, so I like how they merge those two, and then when they get into singing more melodic lines, where the phrasing is more melody based, melody based than rhythmically oriented, we see the music actually follow a bit of a chord progression. I don't. It's 2 chords. it alternates between two chords. It goes up, um, maybe a third, maybe a whole step. It is not a big jump, and then it comes back down, and it makes the same jump back up. That's the chorus. The chorus is two chords. The rest of the song has no chord progression, mostly sits in the same area. So, to me, looking for interesting aspects in the music, it really isn't there. This song is extremely simple, um, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not what I typically look for when I'm wanting to check out music. Like I said, though, I do appreciate some of the little nuances they did, like kind of mixing the vocal delivery with the music and making sure that they're tonally similar or thematically similar. Um, and I do dig the groove, even though the music is very heavily riff based. There's still a really strong groove in a lot of the the rhythmic sections, and it's really easy to just kind of get into that groove and just enjoy the heaviness of the song. You just kind of turn the analytical side of the brain off and enjoy some good rock music. But like I said, this is not something I'm going to go out of my way to check out and not necessarily to check it. I do want to see what more they have. I don't like to judge bands on a single song. It's just not even just on a single album. You can't even take one song from an album and say this is indicative of the band at the time. But then bands grow over time, and there's no way to look at a band from just one song. So I definitely want to check out more from the band, but based on this song, it's not something that I'm going to go out of my way to listen to on my own yet. So yeah, that's Alien Weaponry. Really cool stuff. I do like a lot of their imagery, and I'm going to assume. Nah, I'm not gonna. I'm not well versed enough to assume the region that this is from. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I do like the imagery. Assuming that they are not using the people in the video as basically props, but hopefully they're using them to kind of bring attention to that culture, whether it's their own. Maybe it's the history of their culture, or maybe it's just a culture they're infatuated with, and they want to get more eyes on it. I really hope it's from that angle and it's not exploitative. But it was really cool to see that in a music video. It's not stuff that I see very often, and as long as it's being uh, you know praised and celebrated, I'm all for that. So yeah, I really dug that. It's cool to see that stuff. This for you guys. Come in though. Hit me up in the comments. What did you guys think of Alien Weaponry? Is there any other song I should be checking out? And yeah, if you have any information about their background, that'd be really cool too. Where they're from, if they are celebrating their own culture, or something like that, and the language. What language is this? Because that's another interesting little tidbit I'd like to know. So you can hit me up with that information down in the comments. While you're down there, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. All three things help out the channel immensely. You can check out my Twitter or my Patreon. Those links are in the description. And I have one more video coming out that's going to be the last band for this non-English lyrics week. And then I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC, with Saturday's Patreon picks. Alright, so until then, you guys stay safe out there and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.